大丈夫かな。もしもーし。はい。始めるよ。ちょっと待ってね。見えるかな。can you see me? 大丈夫。はい。よいしょ。見えるかな。みんな元気みんな元気かな。忙しいかな。You guys busy? 私はね、最近どうかな。まあ忙しい。kind of busy. でもね、絵を描くことが、すごく楽しくて、so I enjoy, like, making illustrations, drawing on my iPad. ね、iPad でね、絵を描くんだけど、めっちゃ楽しい。から、もっと、上手になりたいね。I wanna get better at drawing, especially like anime style illustrations. ね、アニメのイラストをもうちょっとね、上手になりたい。ね。どうしようか。ちょっと待ってね。チャットに誰かいるはい。ちょっと待って。check in my chat. よいしょ。just saying hello. Saying hello to the chat. Who's here? Meroy, you're here. Hello. Good to see you. And Constance, you're here. Constance is gonna be cooking Japanese curry. Oh wow. Are you gonna put a lot of yasai and some some tasty ingredients? I hope I can eat it later. Joking. Who else is here? Digster, you're here. こんにちは。はい、こんにちは。Vitaly says こんばんは. So everyone's in different, in different time zones. So that's why, I often say, こんにちは、こんばんは、おはよう. Yeah, I just have to say everything. And Hamaru says hi. Hi. Seeing your name for the first time, I think. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But well, good to see you here. And Heji, you're here. Hi. And Keazo says 忙しすぎるかな. You don't need E, but 忙しすぎる. Too busy. Oh, well, I guess like right now, everyone is busy. But what can you do? You can just do what you can manage. Right. Let's see. Oh, yeah, one more. I see. Slime. Slime. Says こんにちは. Hi, こんにちは. So こんにちは, こんばんは. No ohayo in the chat yet. Well, I guess like in Japan it's super early, so I don't expect anybody to be awake right now. So let's see. Where are we now? So today is gonna be the 38th session of Bocchi, Bocchi's manga. So yeah, that's a lot, isn't it? Let me just open my PDF. One sec. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Gonna move the chat to the side, and as you know, I won't be able to interact with chat while I'm explaining things, because that will stop the flow. So I'm sure you know about this now, so don't go like, oh, are you not reading? I will be reading, but whenever I get some time later. Okay. It doesn't mean I'm ignoring anything. Jomar, you're just here just in time before I start. Jomar says hello everyone. みんなね、こんにちは。ちょっと待ってね。So I'm gonna be moving my chat window away from my site. And I'm gonna take a look at the manga instead. And let me just get my notes up here too. So yeah, so here my notes are here. So instead of looking at the chat, I will be, looking at my notes to explain. And so let's see. Also, yeah, this is where we're gonna start today. But let's just take a quick peek. Quick look at what happened last time, in case you've forgotten. And let's see. So on this page, Kita-chan was visiting Bocchi-chan because Bocchi-chan collapsed in front of the student council room while she was like submitting or not submitting the application form to perform at the at the Bunkasai school festival, cultural festival. She couldn't make up her mind. She kind of, she hurt herself. She collapsed just right in front of the room. So she was taken to 保健室 that's why they are now. And yeah, like, talking about, like, we're gonna perform or not, Kita-chan's like, very interested, but Bocchi's scared of performing in front of, her classmates and other students because she doesn't think that she has, enough experience to perform. And she got curious about how how it looks if she was to perform at the Bunkasai. So she was curious about some Bunkasai performance videos. But what she watched wasn't what she wanted to see. It was full of the elements that she just doesn't like, and she thought she was just watching some horror videos, even though she was actually watching school festival, cultural festival live performances. Anyway, so this is where we left off last time. そうね、ちょっとここまで読んで、次はそうこっち。This way, just let me adjust my screen here. There we go. So I guess she's in the 生徒会. Maybe 生徒会長. Maybe the president of 生徒会. Since she's introducing, Bunkasai's live acts, but I mean, it's not real. It's in Bocchi-chan's imagination. Okay, so as usual, I will go from this panel. It's gonna read out through this panel, just going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, ね、4コマ. I'll just end here, and I'll just go one by one, and explain what's written. Okay, and I'll also read out the lines slowly, and also pronounce each word slowly as well later. Okay, but first I want to just I don't want to lose my flow, so I'll just read it throughout. Well, up here, up to here. Okay, so. Okay. So this is all in Bocchi-chan's head. Let's see. Have a look. いや、今の動画は奇跡的に成功したやつだ。ネクラが文化祭で活躍するって漫画でよく見る王道展開だし、私にも いけるお次は結束バンドのライブです。ドラムは下北沢高校のいじちちゃん。かわいい。わー、どうもー。同じくベースは山田さん。きれー、かっこいい。そしてリードギターは2組の後藤さんそしてギターボーカルは5組の北ちゃんだ。北ちゃんかわいい。キャーキャーキャー、露骨な温度差So let's go bit by bit. So, it's written very like small, but this is within Bocchi-chan's head. So here she says, いや、今の動画は奇跡的に成功したやつだ。いや、nope. 今の動画は、今の動画 You know, that was what she was watching on her phone. Namely this 動画 video. You know, the girls screaming at you know, イケメン boys on stage. And, yeah, 今の動画は奇跡的に成功したやつだ。奇跡的。奇跡。奇跡。ね、it's from 奇跡。ね、奇跡。miracle。奇跡的。奇跡的。adjective。ね、miraculous。makes an adjective。奇跡的に。adverb. Okay? 奇跡的に成功したやつだ。Okay? 成功する。Of course, you know, we did this so many times. Something が成功する。ね。If you say ライブが成功する。ね。The show goes well. Something succeeds. Something が成功する。So? いや。Nope. 今の動画は奇跡的に成功したやつだ。ね、奇跡的に。Miraculously. It was just like one off. You know, it doesn't happen often. It was just a miracle. 奇跡的に成功したやつ。成功したライブだ。In this case. Of course, you have to read what is not said. Okay? そう、成功したやつだ。やつ。Not talking about a person. 成功した動画だ。成功した、ライブだ。Okay? So she's saying, this doesn't happen often. Doesn't get this excited. You know? Maybe it was just one off. ね、成功したやつだ。ネクラが文化祭で活躍するって漫画でよく見る王道展開だし、私にもいける。ネクラ。ねが暗い。ね。Originally means like root. You know, think about like a tree, but you know, ne is like the root of the tree. Ne, but you know, also means that you know, ne talks about like their personality as well. What's like within you. So ne ga kurai, so like a dark, you know, personality. Meaning it's just like she's kind of rephrasing, paraphrasing, Inca, basically. Okay? うん。そう、ネクラ。うん。So, nekura on its own just means pessimistic, gloomy, something like kind of dark. Someone whose personality is dark. But also, in this case, nekura is used as nekura na hito, the person who is like that. So basically talking about inkya. Namely, someone like her. Okay? So she thinks that she's nekura as well. She describes herself as nekura and inkya. So, nekura が、of course ネクラな人が文化祭で活躍するって、文化祭で活躍する。ね、活躍する。ね、we had 活躍するor 活躍、before, in my past streams. 活躍する。to do something well. 活躍する。Okay? So, ネクラが、ね、basically talking about ネクラ、someone like me. 陰キャ like me. ネクラが文化祭で活躍するって、漫画でよく見る王道展開だし。活躍するって、you gotta keep reading what this means. So, 活躍するって漫画で、漫画That's the 漢字 for 漫画。漫画でよく見る、often 見る王道展開。ね、王道、king 道、道、king's road 展開、王道展開。Okay? 王道。So 王道 even though it's written like the king's, road, the royal, path, road, but it doesn't like literally that's what it means, but like in this case it means like the classic pattern, that's what happens like in a typical manga like in a like a manga type situation, a dark gloomy person, normally like a protagonist, goes on stage and rocks out and amazing. This happens a lot. So 活躍するって、活躍するというのは、漫画でよく見る王道展開だし、ね、展開、ね、from 展開する。ちょっと待ってね。Just move things. よいしょ。ね、王道展開。ね、展開 is a noun form of 展開する of course 展開する just add in する to 展開 so obviously it's a verb ね、展開するね話が展開するね the story develops ね something ね展開expands ね、progresses okay? 展開する展開 is the noun form and 王道 plus 展開、ね、王道展開、ね、something that happens a lot in manga, anime, so on and so forth it's a classic plot development it's very common. This happens a lot, huh? So 漫画でよく見る王道展開 What kind of things? ネクラが文化祭で活躍する王道展開 That's what she often sees in manga and of course anime too ネクラが文化祭で活躍するって漫画でよく見る王道展開だし 王道展開now だしsame as like something she for listing reasons but in this case 王道展開だし、私にもいける、私にも to me or for me いけるof course it's from 行く to go いける potential but 私にもいける it means like can I do this too? That's what it means. Can I do this too? Because this is often what happens in manga. So 私にもいける、yeah. Can I do this too? So she starts imagining things again. So in her head, I guess this is a seitokai, someone from seitokai, student council, maybe the rep or president, on stage. She's introducing Kessoku Band and saying, お次は結束バンドのライブです。お次は、of course 次は、but お次 This making it a little bit fancy. お次はね、next stop. 結束バンドのライブですね。結束バンドの結束バンドライブね。performance. Live performance. And of course everyone loves Nijika-chan and Ryo-san. So here, two of them are here. She introduces Nijika-chan first. Says ドラムは下北沢高校のいじちちゃん。いじち、Nijika-chan. But いじち is her family name. ドラムはね、on the drums, 下北沢高校。下北沢高校。ハイスクール。下北沢。下北沢ハイスクール。That's the school they both of them go to. Okay. 下北沢高校のいじちちゃん。かわいいわSo, students are getting excited, saying, かわいい Oh, she's cute! Wow! And says, どうも From, of course, どうも Like, hey! And Ryo-san, not saying anything, but just standing and staring. And she says, 同じくベースは山田さん。きれいかっこいい、同じくね、同じく is from, of course, 同じ is the same, but 同じく means that, well, they go to the same school in this case. Okay? 同じくね、ベースはof course, 下北沢高校の山田さん。ね。But instead of saying 下北沢高校 again, she just says 同じく。Okay? 山田さん。of course, 山田さん。山田 is her family name. 山田亮。ね。亮 is the first name. But 山田 family name. きれいきれいね、きれい beautiful かっこいい cool And let's see so and the MC goes on to introduce Bocchi chan and says そしてリードギターは2組の後藤さんの even confident そしてand リードギターは、lead guitar of course、 on the lead guitar, 2組の、2組 is her class. 2組のwell, let me see. What was her name again? So, poor Bocchiちゃん。後藤さん not even definitive. 後藤さん。And Bocchiちゃん says, she didn't get any reaction. So, Shin means like, the audience, getting quiet. Poor Bocchi. And on the other hand, when it comes to Kita-chan, okay, so here it says, そしてギターボーカルは5組の北ちゃんだキャーキャー北ちゃんかわいいキャーそして and ギターボーカルは guitar vocals on guitar vocals 5組のso they're in different classes. Bocchi-chan belongs to 2組 but Kita-chan belongs to 5組 but on the same grade 5組の北ちゃんだねthis is 北ちゃんね from 5組キャーキャーgirls screaming at 北ちゃん北ちゃんかわいい北ちゃん you're so cute oh Bocchiちゃん getting damaged mentally says 露骨な温度差露骨な温度差ね露骨な温度差even though you don't understand what 露骨な温度差 means look at it they're like she's introducing the band people getting excited like, oh wow she's cute and oh, she's cool wow. And then getting really quiet here and everyone getting like super excited about Kita-chan so shiny and everything so even though you don't understand what 露骨な温度差 means of course she's talking about the gap especially between Bocchi-chan and Kita-chan and thinking about how the audience would respond or react being like they look totally different they're getting treated so differently so that's talking about that so 露骨な温度差露骨 yeah something is obvious 露骨な an adjective 温度差温度 temperature 差 difference or gap 温度差 temperature difference but of course talking about the difference in in the audience reactions okay in this case not really talking about the temperature but like the difference of treatment 露骨な温度差 I'll cheer for her if I'm there Bocchi-chan 頑張って so let's go from here again I'm gonna read from this panel to the fourth one okay all in one go so let me just double check okay I'm gonna just move it this way there we go陰キャにはハードルが高すぎるイベントだったんだトボあ、店長さんおはようございますよいしょ 仕事してよ。何？なんかあったの？迷ってるくらいなら出た方がいいと思うけど、一生に一度の青春の舞台だし。まあ私は高校6に行ってないから今適当に言ってるけどね。私は高校中退です。相談するんじゃなかった。あー、聖火お姉ちゃん素敵。So Bocchiちゃんstill thinking, trying to kind of figure out if, she should go ahead and submit the application and perform on stage or not. But thinking about all this, like, I'm sure they will love Kita-chan and the rest. But, they wouldn't even recognize me. And thanks. 陰キャにはハードルが高すぎるイベントだったんだ。とぼとぼ。陰キャには、ね。to 何陰キャ？just using an alternative word. Okay? ネクラ、陰キャ、synonyms. Okay? 陰キャには of course 陰キャa character type just like ぼっちちゃん。陰キャにはハードルが高すぎるイベントだったんだ。ハードルが高すぎる。ハードルLike, did you guys ever had to like run and like, jump over like some hurdles? Like in school, like we had to do it in Japan. I don't know if it's if it's a common thing to do it in school, but like, was it in elementary? Yeah, mostly like elementary and maybe junior high school. We had to kind of jump over like some hurdles during like a PE class, to train ourselves. Anyway, just gonna track and field kind of practice. So hurdle, talking about hurdle. ハードルが高い、ね、ハードルが高い、高すぎる too high、ね、高い e adjective get rid of that 高 get rid of e 高すぎる、ね、すぎる it's exceeding too high、okay? ハードルが高すぎるイベントだったんだ、okay? イベントだったイベントだったんだ it was ね、ね it was an event with the high hurdle or the too much of a high hurdle for someone like me, for an Inca like me, it was too much for me. It was something that something that's almost impossible for me to do, too challenging for me. Still not being pretty indecisive about performing or not. Well, she goes to Starry, that's where Seika is. Goes right into the bin. 店長さんおはようございます店長さん the manager talking to Seika. 店長さんおはようございます Good morning. 可燃flammable trash rubbish bin よいしょよいしょ she's just like trying to get in and Seika お姉ちゃん says 仕事してよof course she's just going right inside the bin so like not working like 仕事してよjust she's surprised 仕事してよ、ね、仕事して、casual request hey to do some work and but Seika is of course actually a pretty gentle person inside so she was worried and asking ぼっちちゃん何なんかあったの何 what is it なんかあったの like something happened or what happened to you and Bocchi-chan explains it's not written here but it's pretty obvious that Bocchi-chan talked about what she's been going through in her head shall I perform at the bunkasai or not not sure and Seika gives pretty good advice I see 迷ってるくらいなら出た方がいいと思うけど、ね、迷ってるくらいなら出た方がいいと思うけど、ね、迷う of course you know what 迷う is when you can't decide what to do okay? When you feel lost you're hesitating you can't make a decision 迷う which way if you say 道に迷う you're lost on your way but 迷う which way what shall I do I can't decide exactly what she's going through 迷う okay? So 迷っている state condition she's not sure about what to do so 迷っているくらいならconditional 迷ってるくらいならねくらいtalks about like degree or extent 迷ってるくらいなら so if you are at that level if you just can't make up your mind well because it's kind of 50-50 isn't it it's not like definitive but like maybe I should perform oh no I'm not ready shall I do this so 迷ってるくらいならif you can't make up your mind Kurai talks about like the degree, extent, the level, you've been thinking about it like that. Nara, in that case, 出た方がいい。ね、た方がいい。ね、giving advice. パスタた方がいい。It's better to do that. You should do that. Giving advice. 出た方がいい。Of course, talking about 文化祭ライブに文化祭ライブに出た方がいい。It's just not written, but it's pretty obvious. た方がいい。It's better to, well, you should just perform on stage. 出た方がいい。と思う。I think that. I think that, you should just perform if you just can't make up your mind. けど、but. 一生に一度の青春の舞台だし、一生に一度、ね、一生に一度、your lifetime, once in a lifetime、 一生に一度。一生に一度の青春の舞台だし。青春、youth、舞台、stage. But of course, she's basically saying it just only happens, once in a lifetime. Well, 文化祭 happens like 3 times, like, during your high school, period. But well, it doesn't happen all the time. That's what she wants to say. 一生に一度の青春の舞台だし。Okay? So, 舞台 stage, but she's saying 青春の舞台. Of course, this is 舞台 too, stage. 青春のステージだし, but she's more talking about, it doesn't happen often. It might be gone if you miss it, kind of thing. Okay? Like, why don't you do it? It doesn't happen often. If you miss this chance, it might be gone. 青春のユースの舞台、ステージだし、出た方がいい。ね。That's why you should perform. You never know. You might regret it. You should do it. Does she sound convincing? Let's see. まあ私は高校6に行ってないから今適当に言ってるけどね。She didn't even go to high school properly. Love her. 私はまあ like a filler. 私は高校6に行ってない。We had 6に before. 6に行ってない。Bocchiちゃん used 6に a little bit earlier. Well, was it the last stream? Yeah, 6に right here too. Yeah, when she was talking about, we haven't played, enough shows. We don't have experience kind of thing. So 6に plus てない。Not doing something properly or not doing something enough. 6にてない。Back to せかね、高校6に行ってない。高校6に行ってない。ね、of course 高校にね to high school 高校に it's not written but 高校に6に行ってない。6に行ってない。didn't go to high school properly から so 今 now 適当に言ってるけどね適当に言ってるけどねね適当にjust like 適当に言ってる she's just saying like without thinking too much 今適当に言ってるけどね she's not actually thinking like deeply but she's just saying it and PA さん the sound engineer lady says 私は高校中退ですis this something to be proud of? 高校 high school 中退ね dropped out I dropped out of school high school and she's smiling and then Bocchiちゃんregretting that she spoke to them 相談するんじゃなかった相談する、to consult, to talk to somebody about maybe like a problem 相談するね、相談するんじゃなかった、ね、相談するんじゃなかった I shouldn't have done this I shouldn't have told them I shouldn't have consulted ね、the manager because well I think she actually said something pretty decent here too so it's not too bad and definitely Bocchi should perform on stage Um, let's see. Let's go here. We go. Okay, so from this panel to 1234. Yep, here. りょうさん。Let's see. See what this is about. Okay. So this is Nijikaちゃん and Seika, Bocchi ちゃん PA さん。Okay. And おや珍しくお姉ちゃんとぼっちちゃんが話してる。何話してんの後藤さんが文化祭のことを憂いてるんです。文化祭ライブに出ようか迷ってんだって。えいいじゃん出ようよ。にじかちゃんたちは出たことあるんですか？うん、中学であるよ。私もある。マイナーな曲弾いて会場を艶にしてやった。なんで誇らしげなんだよ。どやそうそうそう。Okay, so Nijikaちゃん、just turned up for her shift. And the three of them are here, and I wondered what's happening. おや珍しくお姉ちゃんとぼっちちゃんが話してる。おやおやおお、surprise. What a surprise. おや、So when you notice something, oh, what's going on? おやおや珍しくお姉ちゃんとぼっちちゃんが話してる。お姉ちゃんとぼっちちゃんが話してる。ね、珍しく話してる。It is not very common for these two to, talk together, right? So that's why she said 珍しく。from 珍しい。珍しい on its own means rare, unusual, it's not common. Okay? 珍しく it's an adverb. Okay? So she's just saying, oh, it is kind of rare that you two are talking. 何話してんの？ What you talking about? What are you talking about? She's curious. Okay. And PA さんsays 後藤さんが talking about ぼっちちゃん後藤さんが文化祭のことを憂いてるんです。This is a very common mistake. But it's somehow not edited. 後藤さんが文化祭のことを This shouldn't be 憂いてる but let me show you. But it's not really a common word, so that's why I think she made a mistake there. Back in the day, this was the word 憂う We don't use it anymore. Okay, 憂う to worry about something. Okay, 憂う Very old Japanese. The modern version of that is 憂える Not many people actually know this word. That's why this happened. So the modern version of 憂う You don't need to know this, but I'm just explaining what this is. Now it should be 憂える Okay, it's the modern version of it. Even though it's not heavily used or commonly used, So in the text here, it says 憂いている, of course, which is 憂いている, which is actually not correct because this should be from this verb. So 憂えてのいて、憂えている. This is the correct version, but not many people know how to use this verb. So, this is fine. And also, she specifically says that she dropped out from school, so she didn't get, full on like a high school education. So that's fine. She already said it. She's not that, familiar, with advanced kanji, so it's fine. That's like, how it's set up, so it's fine. Okay, but in case you're wondering, like, what is this word? First, of course, since 憂う is super old-fashioned that we don't use anymore. 憂える it does exist, but it's not commonly used either. Okay, in the manga version, 憂いている is written, but it is actually not correct grammatically. Should be 憂えている. Sounds close enough. Okay, that's fine, but you don't actually need to worry about any of these words because they're not very common anyway. But I'm just explaining what they mean. So, 文化祭のことを of course, if you wanna paraphrase this, 文化祭のことを心配してるんです。It's fine. Okay. So she's worried about the 文化祭, of course, talking about performing or not. Of course, Seika explains a little bit more. So 文化祭ライブに出ようか迷ってんだって。She said it. 文化祭ライブに出ようか迷ってんだって。of course, ぼっちちゃんはね文化祭ライブに出よう volitional、文化祭ライブに出る to perform 出よう、volitional form、出ようかembedded question clause 迷ってる she's not sure she's a bit indecisive about performing at the 文化祭 at the 文化祭 or not she's not sure if she should perform at the 文化祭 or not 文化祭ライブに出ようか迷っているembedded question. Yeah, so 出る、出る、る verb, so 出よう volitional. Just like this. Okay, る verb よ、stem plus よ、食べよう、出よう。出ようか迷ってんだって、迷ってんだって迷っているんだってね、something だって just because it's not Seika's own thing. She's saying I just heard that Bocchi-chan isn't sure about performing. She's not sure if she should perform at the 文化祭 or not. And immediately, Nijika-chan says, えいいじゃん出ようよ like, of course she wants to. Like what? いいじゃん出ようよ like, hey, sounds good. Like, why don't we do it? Let's see. And okay, this is Bocchi-chan and Nijika-chan and Ryo-san came out of nowhere. Maybe they came at the same time. ニジカちゃんたちは出たことあるんですか？ニジカちゃんたちは of course 文化祭ライブに it's not written but 文化祭ライブに出たことがある guys not written but have you have you performed have you ever performed at the 文化祭 before あるんですかYup中学であるよ中学Junior high school中学で of course あるよ中学で出たことがあるよ出たことあるよ、did it I've done it before at junior high school Ryo-san also you know has performed at the 文化祭 before 私もある but he was she's actually a little bit traumatized later but マイナーな曲弾いて会場を艶にしてやったand she has a ドヤ顔smug face and マイナーな曲a minor song meaning like not the popular song マイナーな曲弾いて I played a minor song or like an unpopular song and 会場 the venue 会場 is the venue but of course talking about you know the 文化祭 you know 文化祭that's where 文化祭 was 会場お通夜にしてやったお通夜ねお通夜 we had お通夜 like a long time ago so I'm just putting this here again お通夜wake it's just a night before a funeral お通夜マイナーな曲弾いて会場をお通夜にしてやったね of course 会場をお通夜にするね so turned 会場 turned the venue or the festival school festival into お通夜お通夜 of course she's just being she's being creative here but it just means like you know she basically bombed okay she yeah well nobody enjoyed it everyone kind of got quiet you know she you know ruined the atmosphere and the vibe okay お通夜にするお通夜にしてやったねしてやるjust the version of してあげる but してやる is a little bit more arrogance in the tone okay してやった like I did that like, so she looks kind of proud of what she did even though you know she didn't get you know any positive you know reactions 会場を艶にしてやったどやなんで誇らしげなんだよなんでね why 誇らしげ from 誇るね誇るねto be proud of something ね誇る it's a verb 誇らしいね 誇らしい is the e adjective 誇らしい、誇らしい誇らしげ very similar to 誇らしい誇らしげ、proud about like they look proud、誇らしげ、なんで誇らしげなんだよ Why do you look so proud? Well, she's like, huh, I kind of bombed, but I'm proud of it. So, Nijika chan, from this panel to, ちょっと待ってね。Okay. To the fourth one, I'm gonna go from the top here. One sec. ちょっと待ってね。喉が渇いた。So thirsty. はい。美味しい。ちょっと待ってね。Just wanna kind of go through, the whole page. ちょっと待って。Oops. I moved too much. にじかちゃん says, 私もりょうとは文化祭ライブしたことないし、出たいな。そうなんですか？バンド組んだの最近だし、うちの学校厳しいからそういうのないんだ。昔はお互い別のバンドしてたし。私もオリジナル曲を箱以外でライブしたい。こういうバンドがあるって知ってもらういい機会だよ。でも高校の文化祭って青春ロックで盛り上げないと退学なんじゃ。退学命令書、歌詞が暗すぎる。そんな校則ないでしょ。See. 私もね、にじかちゃんもりょうとは文化祭ライブしたことないし出たいな、ね、私もりょうとはねりょうさんとは文化祭ライブしたことないし出たいな。So even though にじかちゃん said 中学であるよ。She's saying like she did perform. She has done this before. She has never played at the 文化祭 with Ryo-san. Okay? These two together. Okay? They performed more like, separately, but not together. So that's why it says りょうとはit's pretty more emphasis, more like contrasting just playing, with her old band versus, playing with Ryo-san in their band. りょうとは文化祭ライブしたことないしね。りょうとはね with りょうさんね with りょう文化祭ライブしたことないね。たことがないね。I've never played、I've never played、I've never performed、at the 文化祭ね with りょうないし、出たいなね。I wanna perform, so let's do it. I wanna perform. そうなんですか？ Like, oh, is that so? And Nijika-chan's explaining. バンド組んだの最近だし、うちの学校厳しいからそういうのないんだ。バンド組んだの最近だし、うちの学校厳しいからそういうのないんだ。バンド組んだのは最近 ね、recently よいしょ。ね、最近、ね、recently, lately、バンドを組む。ね、バンドを組む to form a band、バンドを組む。バンド組んだの最近の replacing a noun in this case。バンドを組んだ時は最近、ね、the time I formed this band is pretty recent。最近だし、最近 and also、うちの like my school うちの学校ね、うちの学校厳しいからね、of course うちの学校は厳しい。ね、my school, our school is strict。ね、both of them、go to the same high school 下北沢高校。うちの学校厳しいからそういうのないんだ。In junior high, she played.In junior high, Ryo-san also played, but they were in, different bands. But at high school, their school don't have like performing, on stage and things like that. うちの学校厳しいから、ね、our school is strict. So そういうこと Things like that ない、ね、There's nothing like that、ね、ないんだ for explaining things、that's why Nijika chan's like, hey, let's do it she really wants to perform、そういうのないんだ、昔はね、in the past お互い、ね、昔はお互い別のバンドしてたし、昔は in the past back in the day お互い、normally means like each other, but in this case like both of us、like お互い、ね、both of us are、別のバンドしてた、ね、別の、ね、another different 別のバンド、ね、別のバンドしてた、ね、we were doing different bands, meaning we played in different bands、of course not together, okay? So that's why Nijika-chan really wants to perform. And Ryo-san's also interested too, saying 私もオリジナル曲を箱以外でライブしたい、ね、私もオリジナル曲original 曲 songs オリジナル曲を箱以外箱box but 箱 also means a venue、okay? 箱以外、ね、以外 something 以外 except、something 以外箱以外でライブしたい、箱以外でライブしたい。So, yeah, she wants to perform, basically, outside. Outside, like, live venues, concert venues. So, yeah, she wants to try performing, at the school. At somebody else's school, actually. オリジナル曲を、ね、箱以外で、箱 Here, specifically talking about story、ね、箱以外でライブしたい、ね、wanna perform I wanna perform what kind of things? オリジナル曲 not covers but オリジナル曲 original songs And Nijika-chan says こういうバンドがあるって知ってもらういい機会だよ。ね、こういうバンドがある、ね、こういうバンドがあるって知ってもらういい機会だよ。ね、こういうバンド、ね、こういうバンド、ね、a band like this、ね、こういうバンド、ね、talking about their band、ぼっちちゃん、and of course ひのきたちゃん、ね、talking about 結束バンド、こういうバンドがあるって知ってもらう、ね、こういうバンドがある、ね、there is a band like this or like ours、であると知る to know、ね、知って、テーフォン知る、テーフォン知って、verb exception 知ってもらう、てもらう gift and verb、知る知ってテーフォン知っててもらう、gift and verb. But it's more like, she feels thankful if, like people, get to know them, right? So that's why she's saying 知ってもらう。Even though it's not like, they're not really like doing, her, favor or anything. I'm so thirsty. ちょっと待って。Sometimes, もらう、or くれる、used this way too. She just wants to show gratitude about, people's action too. あるって知っててもらう。Of course here, what's not written is たくさんの人に知ってもらう。こういうバンドがあるってたくさんの人に知ってもらういい機会、いい good 機会 opportunity、good chance いい機会だよ。So it will be a good opportunity for many people to find us, find a band like us, or find us. It is true. I mean, 文化祭, it's big. For the it's not just the school, students, but it will be teachers and parents coming sometimes. Depends on the school. Sometimes they don't allow, parents and guardians to come, but sometimes they do. Well, normally like parents are busy, so they don't make it. But ね、こういうバンドがあるって知ってもらういい機会だよ。It will be a great opportunity for us, but ぼっち、she's still worried. She's making up things in her head. でも高校の文化祭って青春ロックで盛り上げないと退学なんじゃ。でも but 高校の文化祭ってね、ハイスクール文化祭、ね、cultural festival school festival で文化祭は、青春ロックで、ね、青春 youth ロック rock of course、rock rock music 青春ロックで盛り上げないと退学なんじゃ。ね、something を盛り上げる to make something exciting、Don't get confused with 盛り上がる、ね、they are pair、when 盛り上がる when we had the band, yeah, so I compared to here too, so yeah. Something を盛り上げる versus something が盛り上がる、something が盛り上がる something gets, lively, exciting, but here something を盛り上げる is used to make something exciting. Oh dear. Put this here. 青春ロックで盛り上げる盛り上げないと so if we don't you know if we don't rock out you know with those青春 you know youth friendly type songs 退学なんじゃ退学退学退like to leave 学ね leave school so drop out expulsion sometimes yeah you get kicked out too so that's 退学退学する is a verb 中退する will be a synonym 中退途中で退学する is part of it okay 退学するね to quit school to leave school 退学ね青春ロックで盛り上げないとね if we don't you know make the stage exciting and get them excited 退学なんじゃ退学なんじゃないんですか like ねso if we don't do this if we don't you know make it exciting it means that I have to you know get kicked out of school right she's making this up but she believed it and here on the piece of paper it says 退学命令書歌詞が暗すぎる退学ね退学命令命令 is order you know command ね命令 from 命令するhey you do this 命令退学命令書ね退学退学命令書So like this is a document to tell or command, you know, the student to leave school. 退学命令書 And then the reason here it says 歌詞、ね、歌詞 the lyrics 歌詞が暗すぎる The lyrics is too dark. And Nijika chan says そんな校則ないでしょねそんな校則ないでしょね校則ね学校の規則ね学校のね school 則 is from 規則 rules regulations そんな校則ねa school regulation そんな like that ないね校則はないでしょねThere isn't such a, you know, there isn't such a school rule or regulation like that. She's overthinking, huh? Getting corrected. But, well, I hope she makes a decision soon. One sec. I'm super thirsty. ちょっと待って。喉が渇いた。I think it's because I had like, had like a piece of chocolate cake チョコレートケーキをちょっと食べた and it was too sweet ちょっと甘すぎてそうmakes me so thirsty 喉が渇いちゃうso that's why I gotta drink you know something to keep me hydratedでもね、ケーキは美味しかった。Yeah, the cake was so nice. Anyway, ちょっと待ってね。Finish this page, so I'm gonna check chat. ちょっと待ってね。One sec. One sec. Having a look at looking at the chat. ちょっと待ってね。Joma says Bocchi is the incarnation of every single introvert and the most me character ever. Indeed. Cool down, you're here. Patrick, こんばんは Sorry. Getting back to you late. Jamar, chat, I'm trying to get better in drawing digitally. Guys, got tips or advice? What do you use, Jamar? I started recently too. I got my like iPad like in May, and I kind of got a little bit more serious about digital art. And whenever I have time, I'm doodling. I don't know what kind of things you're using, Jamar, for art, but for me, it was really helpful to have an iPad, and like I can take it like anywhere, like to the living room, and constantly like like working on it, constantly drawing something that I see, or like, oh, I want to draw this character, things like that. Like having it handy just really, really helped. And also, like I imported like a bunch of illustration like advice books from Japan too, and they're amazing. That's how I'm learning really fast. I got all the best tips from Japan, Japanese illustrators and artists. That's how I like improve my drawing. I do it like step by step, but it helps me a lot. But yeah, getting like a tablet or like an iPad. If you have an iPad, Procreate is amazing. I use Procreate 100%. I do have another one which is called Clip Studio Paint, which is a very popular app among illustrators, and especially Japanese illustrators use Clip Studio. But right now I'm just learning, so I'm just using Procreate, which kind of does the does something very similar. It's not as specific, but it's enough for me right now. So I don't know what kind of things you want to use, what kind of style you want to draw, Jamar. But yeah, like having something handy, and like whenever you have time, do some doodling. Also, getting good like references. I use a lot of like figures, like action figures, like where you can change like poses. I use these a lot to make like new poses, and then like learn like anatomy and things like that. Oh, female, body should look like this, or guys look a little bit like this, and then like I observe a lot, and I don't start doodling right away, but I kind of look at it, observe, think about like shapes. Oh, this is more round. Oh, this looks like a triangle. I look at like shapes first, and then I draw these shapes and kind of slowly kind of make it closer to what I see. This helps me a lot. Anyway, but I'm not professional or anything. I just do it for fun, and I'm pretty much a beginner. Like pretty much like a beginner as everyone else. But anyway, my advantage is that I can read Japanese, and I can read Japanese reference books, illustrations, and there are a lot of amazing tips and tricks. I'm thinking like maybe from next year I might be able to do some doodling streams, so I can show you like what kind of things I do to, draw eyes and things like that. But right now, like still it takes time to do sketching and like, all that. So like it's going to be a long stream if I do it right now, but maybe like, next year, my drawing will be faster. So I'm thinking of doing more like art streams too. But anyway, let's see. 深夜 tension says かわいそうかわいそう。Delta, you're here. こんにちは。Delta says かわいすぎるかな。Let me see. It's not common, but most people know about it. Alexander, you're here. こんばんは says I'm just getting back to the chat. Danny, おはよう皆さん先生 track and field 陸上 it is 陸上 yeah it is track and field it is like running and jumping 陸上競技 it is Yeah. Delta says 勉強中、勉強しながら聞いてるかな。勉強しながらね。So mass stem ながら。Why am I teaching right now? I just finished it. 勉強しながら聞いてる。Or you can say 今勉強中。ね、Delta, you can say 今勉強中 or 勉強しながら聞いてる。Let me write it down for you. ちょっと待ってね。What did it? I'll just write it here. So yeah. So is it delta? Yeah, it is. Yeah. So if you wanna use ながら, it's a mass stem ながら. So ちょっと待ってね。勉強しながら。勉強勉強しながら聞いてるね。聞いている、聞いている、or 聞いてる both are fine. Normally we drop E, as you've seen in this manga so many times. So ね、勉強しながら聞いてるね。Or if you want it's 勉強中 you can say 今勉強中 It's fine. So that's that. Let me see. Alexander said, ぼっちちゃんゴミじゃないよ。Right? ぼっちちゃんゴミじゃない。Right? ぼっちちゃん is not trash. I know. In Patrick, so the tape form is used for impolite, not impolite requests, but casual requests. But yeah, like think about yeah, of course, it's not just to like request, but like yeah, can you do that? Yeah, also too. So if you think about 仕事してよ、ね、if you say 仕事して if it's formal 仕事してくださいね it's basically asking her to work, right? So ね仕事してよ even though I said hey do some work. So this is like where English and Japanese are quite different. So you know 仕事してよ、this is of course if it's formal 仕事してくださいよ isn't it? But since it's you know, Seika, you know, speaking, you know, she's not gonna say 仕事してください, right? So she got rid of ください. So think about it. 仕事し if it's 仕事してください, so please do some work. And then just get rid of the formality. Do some work. Does it make sense? Yeah, that's what it is. So if you are confused about like, oh, how do I translate? Since English and Japanese are so different, okay, originally think about it. So this te form is not just a te form. It is from te kudasai, but you know, removing the formality. Okay, so te form on its own doesn't actually mean, you know, it's a casual request. I actually explained this a while ago, but I hope this helps. Okay, let's see. ちょっと待ってね。Ahiru says context matters. Yeah, it's all about the context. It is. Nasai-san. Nasai is imperative but formal. So it's different. Imperative. So, 仕事してよ This is like just a casual version of 仕事してください You know, just ください just removed. That's it. But the meaning is exactly the same but without formality. That's what it means. Okay? 仕事しなさい is the imperative but a formal. So they're actually different. Okay? Imperative is really commanding. Do this, do that. So if this is imperative, then 仕事しろ which is something that she would say too. 仕事してよ is softer than using the real imperative. Imperative, if you use imperative here, 仕事しろよ which is of course, you know, you can actually expect that from Seika. Sometimes she speaks really rough too. So, but here, she kind of guessed that something happened to Bocchi-chan. So, 仕事してよ. You know, she's softer. Okay? So that's the difference. Expand over this many times, so I'm gonna skip, okay? うん。Yeah, basically this te is originally from te kudasai, which is the formal request. But since she doesn't speak formally, getting rid of kudasai, that's what's left. Okay, meaning wise, it's like please do this, but without please. Okay, that's how you process it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, like a way of ordering someone around. So yeah, ordering somebody around like a mother is that's imperative but nasai. Formal imperative. ご飯を食べなさい。いや、ご飯を食べなさい。ね。一応ご飯。Or like a teacher, like a school teacher, telling like little school children, saying like, hey, do this. But like they use, 食べなさい。勉強しなさい。なさい。ね。行きなさい。行きなさい。must stem. なさい。Imperative, but formal. But if it's like a real imperative, do this, do that. It's like, 行け。行け。行け。勉強しろ。That's a real imperative, which is like commanding people, but which is not ideal to use, especially in everyday, in everyday conversation. Anyway, let me see. 食べろ is imperative of 食べる。Miro is the imperative of miru. Yeah, it is. Let's see. Dreamer, which is the imperative form. 掃除しろ。仕事しろ。掃除しろ。If it's Seika, yes, imperative. But here she wants to be a little bit gentle on Bocchi-chan. That's why she's not saying 仕事しろ or 掃除しろ. Let's see. Yeah. Imperative only happens, if there's like a boss. She's very bossy too. But yeah, I hear she's a bit soft. But when she's like, a bit annoyed and things like that, yeah, she gets a bit, more, bossier. So like, kaere or something, go home. That's the imperative. But imperative is very kind of strong, so it's not advisable to use in real life. But of course, like in like manga, anime, so on and so forth, and in video games, yeah, you see some imperatives here and there, but it's just like some characters speak that way. They want to sound strong, aggressive, a little bit bossy. Doesn't mean it's always bossy, but that's kind of the image. Yeah, hashire is like especially when you're like cheering somebody, like in a sport event or something, and then saying like hashire, like run. To cheer somebody, that's also imperative, but it doesn't mean you are commanding. You're just kind of supporting and helping and like cheering. Yamero is from yameru. Yameru to stop. Yameru, stop, to quit. Yamero, imperative. Yamero. Like stop it. That's imperative. It's just going through a chat. But I might have to skip because like I'm talking too much and I'm getting really thirsty. Let's see. やめろ。Again, like it depends on what it is. You know, if you're annoyed by somebody and like, hey, stop it, you're annoying. Then like, hey, やめて or やめろ。やめて will be like, of course, you know, less offensive. But if you're like, hey, やめろ, you know, then like you're like really angry and you're telling like, hey, stop it now, you know, kind of tone. Let's see. Shonen Jump is very popular. It is. Yeah. Let me see. Zaito says, I'm on the road today. Oh, are you traveling? Let me see. Zaito's attendance streak is taking some hits. You're always here. It's fine. And your spirit is always here too, Zaito. Yeah, Mary says you can always watch the VOD later, right? Cunning Stance, oh wow, you bought memberships for my audience. Oh, lovely. Thank you so much, Cunning Stunts, for gifting memberships to Cheesecake and Bahamuto. Alex, Cool Dan got gifted. Jacob, congrats. And so kind. Wow, Zaito の場合も Sorry, I'm just slowly going through the chat. ちょっと待ってね。Thank you, Cunning Stunts, for your kindness. I really appreciate it. And what a chat. Good afternoon. Oh, Javier, you're here. Good. Ollie. Hiru says, konnichiwa. And Falkyons, you're here. Falkyons says, good evening. And Zaito gifted 5 memberships. Oh, thank you. ありがとうね、本当に。Who received it? And let's see. Ahiru, congrats. Mitch, congrats. Mai-san, congrats. バカすれよ。Congrats. Mugicha. 5 members got memberships gifted by Zaito. Thank you. ありがとうね。Very, very kind. Zaito says, let's aim for full membership saturation. Right. Yes, please. Yes, please. ありがとうね。本当に。Well, so thankful. Yeah, this makes me very happy that you guys are helping each other. And yeah, this kind of, makes me very happy to like, see. ありがとうね、本当にね。And Falkyons said, that is awesome. It is awesome, isn't it? Falcon says, learn to draw stream with Taenyan incoming. Yeah, like, yeah, hopefully next year when I'm a little bit faster. I always kind of, right now, I'm still learning and it takes time. Especially when I'm sketching, I want to get it right. So like, I spend like a good amount of time when I sketch. But once I'm done with sketching, I'm fast. My line art is really quick. And I color super quick too. So, but yeah, sketching is like what takes more time for me. But yeah, hopefully next year I will be able to do some art, streams. So maybe you can, start learning how to draw. And I'll teach you some words that Japanese illustrators use as well. So it will be informative when you're maybe like watching some like, famous illustrators streams or something. You might be able to understand, oh, this is what they're using. Oh, this means that. And, so I'll give you some like useful vocab for illustration, drawing, anime, manga style. Next year. I got so much to do this year. So ちょっとね、今年は忙しいから。ちょっと待ってね。ボッシー先生ありがとう。Patrick says, 説明ありがとう。Guess I have to study English grammar terms more. Yeah, learning English grammar really helps. So, whenever I say causative, and you're like, oh, okay. Japanese causative and English causatives are actually different, but at least you're familiar with the word, even though Japanese grammar and English grammars are totally different, but just learning, oh, Japanese are passive, it's here, even though it's not exactly the same, a lot of them are similar. So yeah, anyway. ちょっと待ってね。Alexander says, if there are also drawing lessons, then I'll become a superhuman. Right, that's what I'm aiming for. I gotta teach her everything now. Maybe how to sing, how to design, how to... oh my gosh, I do too many things, Anyway, it will be my pleasure. Like that will actually, make me super motivated to, improve my, art, skills, which I neglected for such a long time. Especially when I was a child, I was always compared to my, big brother. I have a brother. He is like, he's like, from somewhere else. Like, he was always better than me. Whatever he did, he drew better than me. He played the guitar better than me. He did better at school. I was constantly being compared to, my big brother. And he was a 生徒会長, student council, president. And so he was like always someone that like, everyone like looked up to. And me, I kind of felt like inferior to him. That's when I kind of like stopped like working on like, art. Even though I actually did pretty well, like if I didn't even think about him, like I won like prizes and, I won contests when I was little, but I was like, I didn't want to be compared to my brother. So I stopped completely. I told myself, art is not going to make money. So like, let's just stop it. Let's just forget about it. That's when I kind of sealed my, interest in like art, drawing, illustration, everything. I kind of believed that I couldn't do it. But recently, just getting the iPad and started doodling, I'm like rediscovering myself. I'm like, hey, I still have this within me. Even though I say I'm a beginner, but I used to draw like manga characters when I was very little, watching TV, I used to draw, Dragon Ball, things like that. And yeah, like, so I remembered all these strokes that I was practicing. It kind of came back to me naturally. So I kind of decided, okay, I shouldn't, let this, art, kind of, skills kind of, asleep in me. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm going to work on it too. So it'll be nice to be able to draw something that I want to and, share. Anyway, so that's why I'm at. ちょっと待って。so thirsty. Thanks, chocolate cake. Like, yeah. Anyway, so, let me just check the chat once more. ちょっと待ってね。Alright, scheduled for 25. Yeah, there will be more art coming up, and then maybe do it in streams too. Let me see. Falcon says, I need to tell an artist friend of mine about it. She might be interested in the Japanese art lingo. Yeah, totally. Because a lot of illustration books, like instruction books, are written in Japanese. Of course, there are English versions, I think. But learning it, from the the original kind of makes a big difference. So yeah, maybe. Let's see. Just going through. I might be skipping because I can't process too many things. Let me see. Where was I? I'm kind of lost. 1 second. Let me see. Maybe we'll get an anime about a manga artist soon. I think there are some stories like that, or manga or anime. Let me see. Super teacher Taenyan is too strong for this planet. Am I? Let me see. Patrick says, well, I don't know grammar terms even in my native language. Yeah, this is very common. Patrick, if you want to learn like English grammar, like terms, there's a really good website called perfectenglishgrammar.com, I think. Really helped me because it's written in super simple English as well. That's where I kind of picked up like English grammar. So like you can check it out. I think it's perfectenglishgrammar.com, written by a British person, a very, very good teacher. Anyway, Jomar says, me too, I suck both languages. Ahiru says, 先生に感謝します。お疲れ様です。ありがとうね。And Falkion says, damn, your brother is really a talented. Yeah, I mean, honestly, having a brother like him constantly made me like feel I'm like, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough for doing things. And I limited my possibility way too much because I just didn't want to be compared to him. He was a really good drummer, amazing guitarist, really good at drawing. He spoke better English than me, and he just had everything. I constantly felt like I'm not good enough. Imagine that. So I kind of messed up. I didn't even ask him to teach me or anything. I should have, maybe should have learned more from him, but just don't want to learn from like your sibling. So I just constantly play video games and like, just hanging out with friends instead, and like, I wasn't very serious. Anyway. And Meroy says, Tanya, your brother is better at everything. Hard to believe considering how awesome you are. Thank you for saying this. Yeah, like I still look up to him. He's like way too smart. And I think for certain things he's really good. But for certain things I'm better now. Like let's say like music production. Yeah, of course I can do better than him because he didn't learn that. But I learned it in studios. So we basically share the same DNA. So, he's like the male version of me. Anyway, Patrick says, sorry to hear that. Being constantly compared to is awful. It is. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like right now, I feel grateful that I had a good example as a brother. Him like being just like naturally amazing at things, and like of course me, I feel like I can't do it better. But now we're like in good terms. Like I message him a lot. I share my drawings with him, and he's now actually pretty surprised. And we are very close. I don't hate him or anything. I respect him, so much that he learns everything quickly too, and we're in good terms, so don't worry. Let me see. A cool dance has been listening during my lecture. Don't worry. You might get distracted. I hope you can focus. Ahiru says, even though you have those complex feelings, hopefully you can appreciate. Yeah, I appreciate whatever I had, whatever I experienced. I understand more about people's pain as well, like being like, not good enough. I understand that. I felt that constantly, growing up. And yeah, my brother was like my relative's like favorite. He was an ikemen. I mean, he's still an ikemen as well. So like all the girls were like, oh my gosh, he's so handsome, he's so ikemen, and like, and they look at me like, oh, that's a sister. It was hilarious. But anyway, so let's see. Kuma, you're here. Joined early. Late. Saito says, being the youngest sibling, I know the feeling of being compared. I know. It's hard. Yeah, like, I don't know how I got over it. But what I did was I kind of stayed away from him a lot. So, people didn't pay attention to me. That was like a good solution. But yeah, like my parents, loved him so much. I mean, they do love me, but, they thought like I'm the inferior version. But I'm proud of it now. Let's see. Yeah, let me see. Ahiru. There's an anime about animation production. Oh yeah, Eizouken and so on. So yeah, there's so many. Amazing animes and manga, things like that out there. Yeah. It's 映像権に手を出すなかな、はい、in Japanese. And let me see. Is it Bakumon or something? It's like about a mangaka. Mangaka's manga. Like manga about a mangaka. Is it Bakumon? I think. Let me see. I can't remember the exact name. Ikemen brother, yes! Yeah, really annoying to have throughout my school days. Yeah! Because all the girls like come to me and like, oh, you're the sister? It was hilarious though, Yeah, because I knew, what they were after. They wanted to witness me. Anyway, let me see. Time Paradox Ghost Rider is the manga. Maybe the different Japanese name. I don't know. Let's see. 深夜テンション。こんばんは。配信スケジュールありますか？配信スケジュール。I stream on Wednesdays and Saturdays, always at the same time. So I will schedule something for the weekend whenever I have time. Yeah, right now like I'm super busy, so sometimes like I don't get to make my stream schedule early enough, but I always try my best. Okay. And Bakuman. Yeah, Bakuman is a famous manga creation anime. Right. Yeah, very popular too, right? はい、疲れた。なんか、I'm talking non-stop. ね、疲れちゃった。ごめんね、ちょっと待ってね、お茶。おいしい。はい、今日もね、どうもありがとうね。Ooh, I revealed my struggling past. I feel better now. Yeah, I had that. I had the problem throughout, my, teenage years and even much younger. It started way early. Maybe since I was born, I was, always being compared. But anyway, I care about my brother, and he cares about me, and that's, what it matters. So it's fine. Okay. When he spoke like perfect English, I was like, crap. what am I doing? You know? Anyway, yeah, he speaks really good English too. Anyway, so just saying goodbye to the chat. Cunningston says, thank you, Taenyan. I couldn't even say my name. Thank you, Taenyan. You're welcome. And Cunningston, thank you so much for gifting memberships to my audience. To 5 lucky winners, and also Zaito for gifting 5 more memberships. Amazing. Thank you so much. ありがとうね。Falcon says, we love to listen. ありがとうね。Joma says, great that you overcame that. It wasn't easy. It was such a complex and so much struggle. Yeah. Anyway, I'm a better person. Let me see. アヒル、日本語でタイムパラドックスゴーストライターが、そんな漫画の名前。本当a lot of カタカナ。Essence Taenyan lore. Cool dances, but your VTuber model is so pretty. ありがとうね。Did everything from scratch, 3D modeling, designing, character design, everything. Yeah, this is the model I made from scratch. Ahoge, the moving ahoge and everything. Excellent. And let's see. MC Zaito says Golden Boy anime has an episode about anime filmmaking. Excellent. So many things to watch. White Fang says your English sounds fantastic now. Better. Still working on it. Zaito said thank you for the stream. You're welcome. And White Fang, thank you for the stream, Sensei. You're welcome. Let's see, Falcon, thank you for the stream. You're welcome. Until next time, Sensei, ありがとうね。いつもね。はい。Cunningston says, take care, everyone. Indeed. And Ahiru says, thank you as always, Sensei. ありがとうね。And Ahiru says, stay safe and stay well, everyone. Yes, indeed. And Patrick says, ライブしてくれてありがとう。またね、ありがとうね。I went through most of it, but sorry if I skipped. It's not possible to go through everything, Anyway, and Joma said thank you for the stream. You're welcome. じゃあまたね。ありがとうね。Thank you so much for watching and listening and to my my stream and teaching and everything and me just chatting. どうもありがとうね。じゃあまたね。One more. Alexander says どうもありがとうね。どうもありがとう。先生またね。はい。じゃあみんなお疲れ。じゃあまたね。ありがとう。A little bit more before I finish this. Meroy says bye bye またね。Bye bye またね。And White Fang, we're active tonight, right? Super active. Okay, I'm going at this timing. 行くよ。じゃあね。またね。